Hey y'all, it's your girl Millie Chan. Let's get into Seeking Sister Wife. Let's go. So Garrick is in a world of trouble. Last week, Natalia found out he still has active dating apps in his phone. She found out because she picked it up to do some translation and she saw the apps open. Then Danielle blew the spot up and said, "You knew that and I told you to get rid of it. But now you want to get rid of it because Natalia told you to get rid of it?" Like she can't with that. Garrick's standing like he don't know how the app works, right? Now, Natalia is 38 hot, and he's still talking about he trying to propose, but this may cause a problem. You think? Child, Nala and Naheem, I've been waiting for them to come back because, first of all, his mama is a trip. So, they have met a woman online, and it is all because of Nala. This is her idea. She wanted to add a sister wife. So they found Kesha, right? They have been talking to Kesha. They met her online. They think that she's perfect. She's been calling Naeem, telling him to have a good morning. I hope you have a good day. You're great, blah, blah, blah. Child, so they done got in the car and they are on their way to the airport to pick up Kesha because she is coming in to spend the weekend. And Miss Nala, she wants to put down all of the rules. Ma'am, you the one got this ball rolling. He is just going downhill behind it. So then he asks, what if she kisses me when I give her the flowers? Because they on their way to pick up some flowers. She's like, what you talking about? Like tongue and stuff? She was like, absolutely, you're going to get popped. Ma'am, all I'm saying, you started this. So, honey, they done got out here to the flower shop, right? And Miss Nala is just really laying the rules down. You cannot go in the hotel room with her. She does know that she's going to stay in the hotel and not with us because we don't know her. We're getting to know her. Like a holding of the hand, that's cool. He amened it. He was like, yeah, I don't know her. I need to get to know her. We need to make sure that she's comfortable and we're comfortable. But it's the florist for me. This is her first polygamy couple. Hold on. She said, I don't even know why nobody would want another person because one is enough. I'm with you, ma'am. Child, so on their way to the airport to pick up Kesha, Nyla, I think Naeem gets a text. He gives the phone to Nyla for her to read. Child, Kesha done said, she got a little caught up. She going through a little something. She had to move out of her place. Now, the problem is this. Ma'am, you're supposed to be in the air, not on land. And she is moving. She is moving from one place to the other. Naeem is pissed, right? Because he was like, I feel like this is a setup. I feel like she was calling me, telling me all this to have a good day and blah, blah, blah. And she was lying and she knew this all the time. I don't know what she got going on. It might be a little money situation. It seemed like she had to move kind of quick, though. So I'm going to come back to this. But the reason that they're out by themselves is because he was like, we're dressed, we're out. Let's go on a date. We should just go on a date. But I'll be back with them in a minute. Child, so we back with Justin and Becky Ryan, right? The lady with the blurred face, this is Stephanie. And Stephanie is the girl that they have been in a relationship for 9 months. And in this episode, we find out how Justin really feels about Stephanie. Now, why is Becky packing? Because Stephanie called them and said she needs to see them. They jumped up and got the suitcases out, right? They are ready to go and see her. She's so excited. And he's so excited. So Stephanie kind of jerks them around a little bit, right? But when she called and said she needed to see them, you see that they're buckled up and they're ready to go. But the thing is this, she called back the next day and said, it's not a good time. I got to work, so y'all don't need to come. Guess what? They coming. They driving 12 hours because they was like, we tired of this wishy-washy stuff. But let me tell you, Justin said outside of Becky and his family, he loves Stephanie. He will take one for Stephanie. He is in love with Stephanie. Those are his words. So as Becky and Justin are into their drive, they decide to call Stephanie. Stephanie doesn't answer. The phone goes to voicemail. Let's keep going. So now it's the next day. We've gotten up and Garrick is like, you know what? Last night was a lot and I really need to put my focus on you and Natalia because that's what I need to be working on. And I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. She's like, okay. If you don't watch this, I need you to understand Garrick is always crying. And I really feel like Garrick does this crying stuff for Danielle and plays on her soft spot. It makes her feel like this is something he really needs. He said that God is not pleased because he's not focusing on Natalia and Danielle, and that's where his focus should be. I know God is tired. So then as they're having this conversation, Garrick is still thinking about proposing, right? This girl is so young. So then she asks, like, how many apps did you have? Baby, when he said 10, she was like, what? In plain English, she could not with 10. But he explained to her that they have so many because there are not a lot of people who want to be in plural relationships. So it's like they have to have so many apps so they can have a bigger pool to pull from. Now, I know it's some people in the United States that cool with being in plural relationships, because this right here going overseas, getting these women from Brazil, is not working for them. So Nala and Naeem, and I don't know if I'm saying her name right, they're on a date, right? And at this point, he's tired of dating on social media. He wants to just go out and find someone. This actually scares her because she's like, I don't know what people will say. So like, it's more comforting online because you can put it out there and get feels for it. He's tired of it. He needs somebody right around the corner, right down the street, so we can talk, communicate, and date, right? And she's like, well, I don't know. Is it something you really want to do? Ma'am, remember, this was your idea. So this is the Davis family. So we didn't see Nick or Jennifer or the baby. We just saw April and Danielle. April is devastated that Danielle left and moved out and got her own place. Like, she really drove it home by saying, you got a lease. You paid money. Like, she took money out of the pot when she left. Because remind you, Nick doesn't work. These women take care of him and he keeps the baby. But the big thing that April wants to know is if she's going to do it again, right? Danielle says she loves this family, right? And then April really played on her emotions because she was like, when it comes to Vera, the baby, there's things that I do that she doesn't want me to do that she likes for you to do. So this broke her all the way down. And she was like, you have to promise me that you're never going to do this again. You have to promise me that you're going to talk to me and communicate with me. Child, hold on. They done broke out into the ugly cry. Like, it is wild, the conversation that they're having. Look at April. April is so hurt, and she told her that we're going to slow down with the dating of other women because that was the big thing with Danielle. She's not ready to do that. She just got in this relationship and she's like 26. So she said, we're going to slow down, have better communication, and we'll check in with you. We're just going to build this up. And she said, you have to promise me you're not going to go. So they hugged it out, and I guess they're going to try to make it work. Let's keep going. Let me tell you something. Natalia is not playing with Garrick. Okay? She was like, sir, you're going to have to suffer the consequences. You have 10 dating apps. You have 10 dating apps. Why do you need 10? And why are they still active? Now, Danielle over here, this Danielle is still a little salty because he's talking to her and taking her word and shutting the apps down because Danielle told him to do it. But now she's a little upset because since Natalia has said it, it's Bible, right? And he's like, you know what? I think we still need to go forward with marriage because that's what God wants. You got to stop that, Garrick. But what Garrick did say is that, okay, I'm going to take these apps off right now. But they're coming back because I plan on having 5 wives. We plan on having 5 wives. So we'll take the apps down right now, Natalia, but they're going to be right back up. He's something else. You see this little pink shade up there? That's Becky. Okay, Becky and Justin have made it to Stephanie's house. She rings the doorbell and we hear hello. We don't know who is answering the door because the trick is this. Stephanie has a friend who says that she's not going to be friends anymore if she continues to be friends with Becky and Justin. So we got to see what's going on next week. It's your girl, Millie Chime. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.